Guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build and to another installment of the Squish. Today I am back building a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom tiny house in the world of Windenburg, and it's very angular, geometric, triangular. I'm not really sure what I'm calling this. I currently have it saved on my computer as geometric tiny home, but I have no idea what I'm calling it. It's just kind of pointy. And this was heavily inspired by some images I found, I think, on Google. There was a row of tiny houses that all were this more triangular shape, where the front of the house, instead of having proper roofing, it was like the wall bent at an angle to look like it was supposed to be both the wall of upstairs and the roof of upstairs. And then there was a roof coming off the back that looked more like just a steep roof, if that makes sense. And they were like pastel colors. So I decided to go with like an orangey one. I wanted to pick something that we had a roof color that I could make a similar wall color to. So this is what I came up with. It doesn't match perfectly, but I think it gets the point across. And I really like how this build came out. It's really unique. It's very different than a lot of the builds I've done. And of course, I did make the upstairs functional for a very, very long time though in this build. You'll notice there's no way a sim can get up there. None at all. It didn't even occur to me. But I knew I was going to playtest it at the end. I was like, maybe it wouldn't work, but like I'm going to decorate it like it's not a problem. So the back of the house does get a little bit of extra space on the top floor a little bit later. But for right now, we're just sticking with the way it is. And so the more lounge area is out here on the front porch. I used these benches they are either from City Living or Get Together. And I can't tell you which one because I think I've only used those benches like once or twice ever. But I loved the colors of them. I thought they really brought in the like more springtime colorful vibe I was going for with this house. So I was excited to use those, and of course lots of landscaping using the Show Live Edit Objects cheat, getting lots of greenery here and rocks, and there was just something about this build that was really fun. Also, the first half of this build I built on my old PC, and then the second half of this build I finished on my new PC. I built my very first custom PC build this weekend, which was daunting and it took a lot of work. And thank you to anyone that answered questions, helped me walk me through different things this weekend. I tweeted about it a lot, talked to some people on Discord, and ultimately everything I did was wrong. And after one day of attempting to get everything right, the next day I took it entirely apart and started over. And it worked, and it was great, and I'm very happy with it. So you might notice like a difference in quality change, partially because it's faster than my other computer, and partially because I accidentally recorded the second half of this video in 720p instead of 1080p. So hopefully it's not a problem. It's been a lot of troubleshooting this whole process. So yeah, I officially have a new PC. So that means more streams will be coming. I was hoping to stream all weekend this weekend, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stream tonight or not. But building the computer took way longer than I anticipated it taking. But now that I have something that can work better with first streaming, there's going to be a whole lot more streams, and of course plenty of builds and stuff here on the channel as well. But enough about that. We're talking about a build here. Let's talk about this build. I really had trouble with the outdoor lighting. Usually when I put things inside a roof, it has indoor lighting, but for some reason upstairs was like, nope, I am outside and you can't do anything about it. So I ended up leaving it that way. We just ended up having an extra wall downstairs I hadn't anticipated having to have the kitchen space down here. And like I said, the lounge space is outside, and then we have a kitchen in here and like a little table / entertainment area, which I think came out pretty good. But I do think that it's kind of frustrating how many different items I had to swap out, and I will get to that as each one comes up, because there's a lot of things that I thought would work because they've worked in the past and they just didn't this time. Let me know if you've had that happen to you in game before, something you've play tested in the past, whether that's shoving something into a wall, raising things onto surfaces, or putting things under roofs, and it's worked. And then all of a sudden it didn't. I've also had that problem before in a specific build where I play tested it and it worked, and then 2 minutes later it didn't work anymore and I didn't change anything. It's really frustrating sometimes. I mean, that didn't happen this time, but I have had that happen before. But here we are placing a little bookcase in the corner from Tiny Living, I think. I actually really enjoyed adding that, and I made sure, in addition to having space for one sim in this house, and of course company if you'd like it, that there's also space for a dog. I don't have a dog bed in this house though, because I find myself not using them in game, and they're massive, so I just don't usually add them. But one of the things that didn't work that I had to replace is this television. I don't know why it didn't work, but the first thing I got rid of was the gaming station, or the gaming console. And I never added it back, but that didn't seem to be the issue. So I ended up swapping it out for a little box TV later on. So you definitely don't have this nice flat screen in here, unfortunately. You could definitely try a different TV and see if it works if you download this house. And if you guys would like to download this build, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. That information is also down below, as well as a direct download link to the gallery website if it is easier for you to download it that way. But here we are, just filling up the shelves above the kitchen space. I love cluttering. I just need more clutter. I cannot wait to see what the outcome is of the arts and crafts pack that we're voting on right now, because a lot of the items are so cute and it'd be so great to clutter with, whether they're the functional items that you can, well, not functional, but the craftable items you can actually make with the knitting skill, or just the purely decorative ones. I need all of them and I cannot wait to decorate with them. It's gonna be so much fun. I wonder when that pack is coming, or what the next pack is gonna be. I fully expect we'll be getting an expansion pack in the summer again. Maybe a game pack sometime soon. I would love a game pack sometime soon. And then I assume the next stuff pack is going to be this arts and crafts one we're voting on now. But I guess we just have to wait and see. But I am so excited for new content. Oh my goodness. And I totally talked over it, but I loved the idea of adding the dog food in the bottom part of that bookcase from Tiny Living, with like behind the glass, because I don't know about you guys, but my dog and cat will rip apart a bag of food to get to it. So it always has to be like in a cabinet or in a closet. So I thought that was pretty realistic to place that in there. But now we are up into the bedroom, decorating it, pretending it's totally possible for your sim to get up here. There's a staircase up here, but when you get to the top of the stairs, all you have is straight roof. There's no way they can get through it. But like I said, we will get to that and fix it in a little bit. But for right now, we're just decorating it. It's very like peachy up here. I used a lot of pinks and purples. I loved the swatch on this dresser, and we end up adding a desk up here a little bit later as well in that same swatch. I think it looks so nice, especially with these fairy lights up here. I don't know, there's something about it that's just like so magical. But I didn't add any lights up here, just fairy lights. I thought it was a little bit more peaceful that way. So during the day, you have the beautiful sunlight coming in, and at night, you just have your little twinkly fairy lights. So yeah, that's just how it is up there. But if you'd prefer to add some lights, you can always add those if that does bother you. But we're downstairs in the bathroom now. It's very pink, very squished together, because this is the only space I had for it, because I really wanted the outside to look the way it does. So I had to make some sacrifices. I tried to decorate it, and this is an item that I ended up deleting in the end, because I feel like I've used it before, shoved into a wall like that, and it was fine. But this time it made it so you couldn't get into the bathroom. And speaking of which, you might see my sim running around and playtesting a little bit. I don't normally record that, but it was in the process of making huge changes because things weren't working. So you'll just see like a random sim here in a little bit. But we're going to be doing some terrain paints here, because this is when I thought I was done with the build before I playtested it. And I was like, oh, let's just finish the landscaping pieces that I didn't do yet, and then that'll be it. And I was really happy and excited. And then I was like, no, it doesn't work. So I kind of built walls up here. I didn't create this into a room, but it does have walls, and I was just playing around with the roof, and there's just a random guy standing there. I don't think he has a shirt on. Oh, he does. It's just the same color as his skin. That's fun. But we have just painting the roof and these walls, trying to make it look as, I don't know, put together as possible. And here is that little desk we're adding. We do have to shove it into the wall to be able to get past it. You'll see that here. Perfect. Can get right by it. So now you have a desk and computer. So I guess that's the good part about it not functioning properly, is I got another item your Sims would probably want. And then I had to fiddle with this roof forever to get it to look the way I wanted, because yeah, I wanted it to meet up at the top, but they weren't at the same level. So the back roof is curved, and it's just it's a weird time. But I think the front of the house looks really good. It has the exact look I was going for, and everything's functional now, so I'm pretty happy with it. But anyway, we're going to be going on into screenshots here momentarily. I hope you guys did enjoy this build. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.